Hello and welcome to another episode of docrafts TV. Today we're joined by the lovely Sarah Jackman-Reid, who's going to show us a really clever paper piecing technique using the Gorjuss collection. Hi Sarah, welcome along today.
Hi Katie,
thanks for
having
coming.
me.
Good, good. What are you going to show us today?
We're going to do a Gorjuss card using the Bellissima range.
Fantastic.
When I go to some of my demos, some of my ladies say that they love the image, but it's a little bit dark for them.
Yeah.
So I thought we'd try something a little bit sort of more girly. Just got a piece of pink paper here first.
Beautiful.
I'm not going to measure it. I'm just going to give it a little snip. And then I'm going to use the other piece for stamping an image in a minute.
Ah, fantastic. Don't like to waste any bits and bobs.
No, that's it. So basically that's that middle panel. What could we do without these?
Oh, they're fantastic, aren't they? I do love a glue
Saves
runner.
so much time.
You should have to wait for the glue to dry, which is always...
Well, if you're impatient like I am, you want it all done yesterday.
I like the instant crafting
That's
gratification. I want it done straight away.
So that's our first layer.
They're beautiful, these papers, aren't they?
They really are nice.
I'm not sure if it'll pick up on the camera, but you can see all this beautiful, almost like a watermark, isn't it?
Yeah.
In sort of white and a darker
really
colour
pretty,
there.
and there's like, almost like a tiny sort of polka dot.
They're sort of distressed in a really
They
subtle
are really
way, aren't
lovely.
they?
And then we've got
Beautiful.
this piece here, which is a bit of the butterflies.
Lovely.
I mean, you're not going to see a lot of that, but...
It's just that little bit of detail, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
That makes it extra
just another
special.
bit of texture, another bit of detail.
Beautiful.
I'm just going to use my craft knife and just take the edges off.
Oh, that's really clever doing it on the project. I've not thought of that before.
Well, I've
I was
tried doing it before, and I'm always sort of almost taking my
Yeah,
fingers
this
off.
is much safer.
I've got this stamp, the Gorjuss
Oh, look at her.
Ladybird stamp.
So what ink are we using on
This
here?
is just a clear embossing.
This is from the
pigment ink.
Artiste range,
It
isn't
is,
it?
yes. And we've got our seafoam white embossing
Oh,
powder.
I think, do you know, I think that's my favourite. I
This
really
is
like that
lovely.
one.
I also like the ones with a hint of glitter.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just putting that on there. Hold it in place, give it a good old press down. I find these big blocks really good because you can really have a good old press down with them. Okay, so we're just put a bit of that on.
Very nice.
Probably everywhere. So there we go.
We can
That's just
see
there,
that, can't
ready.
we? Looks lovely.
And now we need our heat
Here
embossing.
we go.
So as that heats up, it'll just start to change colour.
You just have to hold
There
it a
you
little
go.
way away, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we
And here it goes, it's
straight
just
away.
starting. Right, I'm just really going to cut this out really quickly.
Adds a little bit more interest, doesn't it, than just having a solid sort of
Yeah,
pattern
it
all
does
the way
definitely.
across. Lovely.
There we go.
So what have we got here?
This is a vintage doily, which I've die cut.
So this is one of the X-cut dies, isn't it?
It is. I did it before I came because obviously it's just a little bit fiddly with all the little bits and pieces,
Sure.
but it's such a lovely die.
That's beautiful, isn't
And
it?
again, it's just in one of these papers, which I thought would be ideal.
Very nice. That's another good thing about these rollers is you can apply them just to the bits and pieces you want, don't you? It's not
That's
messy,
it.
so it won't ooze through the little
No,
holes
it's
there.
great for that.
Beautiful. That's
Okay,
really coming
so that's
together.
sort of our background then, really.
So next we're going to do some stamping. So we're going to ink her up in our using a dye ink.
I am
Yeah.
using a dye ink for this.
Brill.
Because it's not being embossed or anything. I'm going to be a bit more gentle with this one this time. Okay, so here we go. Just hold her in place. Give her a good press down.
Brill.
Because I'm only using bits of this, it won't be the end of the world if it hasn't all come out.
Oh, of course. So as long as the bit you're using is, that looks pretty perfect to me.
Oh, that's not bad, is
That's
it?
very good.
But she's lovely, isn't
The
she?
detail on her hair
Yeah,
is
she's really
amazing.
sweet.
Very nice. Okay, so we've got all the different colours that we need.
We have. And
Okay.
It's just a case of piecing them all together.
So what we're literally doing is literally cutting
Just
out the
literally
sections that you
cutting
want
out.
in each colour.
That's
isn't it?
right.
Okay.
So for her dress, just going to cut that blue bit out.
Okay, so we want the like the underskirty bit.
Yes, and her
the
little
little
bow.
sash. Okay.
Yeah. That's that little bit.
It always looks a bit weird, doesn't it, before you stick it on? But yeah, that totally
Yeah,
makes sense.
it does. It all comes together. fairly quickly. This is the most sort of fiddly bit, really. Okay, so that's our first piece.
Lovely.
Oh, she's quite
She
cute.
looks cute already. Oh, look. She's coming
So we've
to
just got
life.
the pink to go now. So we'll just go for her little dress and
Lovely.
her feet. Okay,
She's
then.
got her little feet and a dress.
So that's all the little bits.
Okey-doke.
We've just got to glue her all together. I just think this is a little bit easier than using the roller
Yeah.
when you've got small bits. That didn't take too
Oh,
long, did
beautiful. So that's the
And
last
there we
bit of the
go.
paper piecing. That's fantastic. So we're just finishing off the cutting out. There we go.
it? Okay, I'm just going to use the craft knife just to cut that little piece out in the centre. Okay,
Perfect.
so she's ready to
She's
go on the
fantastic.
card. There she goes.
Very nice. There
So
she
that's
is.
coming together.
She's lovely on the doily there, isn't she?
She is very sweet. And I've used a little bit of this from the Oyster Blush collection.
That's lovely, isn't it?
It is.
That is beautiful.
Really nice, but again, it just adds another little bit of texture. Okay, we'll leave that there for a moment. But
Very
again,
nice.
it just adds another little texture.
It's like you say, you just insert your end of your glue gun underneath and just secure it in place so it doesn't jump
Yes.
out.
So that's the little piece that's going to go on the end there.
Beautiful.
I've got one of the strips out of the paper pack.
Ah, yeah, this is from the Ultimate Pack, isn't it? So
It
you get all
is,
sorts
yes.
of bits and bobs, don't you? Toppers and
We use a nice piece
borders.
with the butterflies
butterflies.
on.
It's nice that they're a sort of they're a cardstock weight, aren't they? Rather than
Yes.
just cutting a piece of paper, so you get a little bit more substance, don't
Little
you?
bit
So
more.
it's easier to manipulate.
Okay. And
Brilliant.
some of this lovely
Oh, that's
ribbon.
nice. That works perfectly with her, doesn't it?
Little capsule
Matches her dress.
collection bits. I use those so much, those.
Well, that's the wonder of capsule collections, of course, isn't
They're
it? It's
wonderful.
like the basis of your crafting wardrobe, so you can literally add it to
They
every
go
single
on
project.
nearly all of my projects, I think. Okay.
Very nice. That ties in beautifully with the bit at the top there. Very
She's
delicate.
quite sweet, isn't she? This is our little die cut sentiment out of the pack again.
Ah, brilliant. Yeah, that's good.
Just going to put some
Oh,
glue
There we go.
and just,
Just popping it all over.
yeah, just a little bit. And I've got a spare piece of that blue paper here.
Ah, yes.
Might use a bit there with a nice texture on it.
Oh, yeah, pick the really pretty bit in the corner.
And again, just a little bit more cutting out. Now I usually put these on with a glue gun. I'm just going to do a little bit of distressing on it first, because where I'm bending it slightly, it'll
Oh, I see.
be easier to do it while it's flat. But I mean, that when you've got a glue gun like that, so that is just seconds, isn't it?
That's right.
Just
If you were doing that
literally-
with a tacky glue, as much as that's really good for certain things, you would have to sort of hold it there for a long
Yeah.
time. Maybe use a sort of a paper clip or
Exactly.
something to hold it in place. So it's dried straight away.
That's it.
Fantastic.
Okay. Now we've got some little butterflies here. The reason I've got them in a strip like that is so that when we get our punch,
Ah, this is very cunning.
we can just roughly see where it is.
So hopefully you can see that. Obviously, because you've got the aperture in the back of the punch there, you can really line up the butterfly in
Yeah.
the little hole there, can't you? So you know that
Yep, so you've sort of, you can use the little image.
so you can see that it's just got that little hint of butterfly in the die cut there, in the little punch shape rather. Oh, it's
You
pretty.
could put loads and loads on if you wanted, but we'll just go for 3 on this one.
Brilliant. So there's all our butterflies in place there, and I can see maybe the next thing is her little rosy cheeks
Yeah,
here.
she's got a little glow.
Oh, it's lovely. Right, how are we going to do that?
Okay. I've just got I've got an artist pen
Lovely.
in pink. Just going to put a little bit of that on my block.
Oh, another good use of these the
Yeah.
acrylic blocks there. Another good reason to have a nice big one.
I just find that if you just dilute it with a little bit of water, you just get a slightly paler colour.
Oh, that looks
And then you
great.
can also build it up if you, just to give her a bit of a
Oh,
bit of a
that's
glow.
lovely, beautiful. So what else have you done?
Well, once I did her little cheeks, she's got a bit of the iridescent glitter glue.
Okay, so you just let it dry and then.
Just, yep, tiny bit.
Okay.
And also a little bit on the
Oh,
butterflies.
yeah.
And then just a few little gems.
And you've got a little pinwheel down the bottom here as well.
Yep,
just
just
to tie
adds
it all
a
together.
nice little extra bit of texture.
That's
and
fantastic.
just finishes it off.
If you enjoyed watching Sarah's project today, you can find all the details at docrafts.com. You can find instructions, the full list of what she's used, as well as some lovely close-up photographs of the project as well. If you've enjoyed the project and you've been creating too, why not upload it to docrafts.com to your members gallery? We'd love to have a look at what you've been making, and we could even feature your project on an upcoming episode of Do Crafts TV. Until next time, happy crafting.